My back was hurting, especially right here, where there was this tightness on just one particular side. And no matter how much stretching I did, that tightness and pain just wouldn't go away. I even had my doctor prescribe physical therapy. I went twice a week. I did all the exercises. I had manual manipulation. I had deep tissue massage. And after several months of this, still no improvement. So I asked my physical therapist, it must be something that I'm doing that's causing this pain. I definitely have the strength. I'm a personal trainer. So, what do you think I'm doing that's causing this? And he shrugged his shoulders. He didn't know. I didn't know. So, I figured I need to figure it out. There must be something that I'm doing every single day that I am completely unaware of that's causing this pain. Pain just doesn't come out of nowhere. So, I started paying attention to what I was doing. The problem, I was leaning. Maybe I'm having a conversation with someone and I don't even realize it. Look, I'm leaning. I'm leaning as I'm petting the kitty cat. I'm sitting in a chair. You can see my legs are crossed. And again, I'm leaning to one side. I used to sleep on my side in this comfortable fetal position, except I started getting pain in my shoulder and waking up with creases on my face. And then I noticed the hip that was pressed against the mattress was hurting. So now I sleep on my back. It took a bit of time to get used to it, but no hip pain anymore. That one change made a huge difference. I really liked watching TV like this, and I did not feel any pain because sometimes you're not going to feel pain right after sitting improperly. And that's why it's so hard to pinpoint where the pain is coming from or what caused it. I try to sit up like this when I'm watching TV, but I'm short and so my feet don't touch the ground. So I bought one of these cushy stools and I put it under my feet. My cat thinks it's for her. And that way I can sit up straight. I can change the position, put my feet up, and this is really the best one is sitting cross-legged, but maybe you can't sit like this, but this is a really good position to sit in. Sitting on the floor would be better, but then I'd be like this. When you work on posture, it affects how you look. You'll actually look more youthful because your face won't be pulled to one side and you won't have the tension. I've seen people do this. See how I'm twisted? Or I'll even see people like this where their legs are to the side and they're eating their food. You want to not twist. You want to be seated upright. I see this all the time. Yeah. So proper posture, that will really help a lot with your appearance and your back pain. If you're like most people, you're probably leaning several times a day throughout the day, just like I was. Correcting habits that you've been doing for years takes time. And it also takes time for the pain to go away. You want pain relief now. In addition to getting up and moving more, is to do specific exercises for a minimum of 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and change into my workout clothes and you put those on too, or at least something comfy. And let's do those easy exercises together. Feet together, parallel, arms by your side, stand nice and tall. That'll help with getting rid of back pain. And with thumbs up, like Fonzie, and bring the arms up and down. So it's not quite laterally, it's a little bit to the side, but mostly front. So I'll show you from the side and go nice and slow. So this is what it looks like from the side, up and down. So when you hurt, especially if you have back pain, you don't want to go too quickly into an exercise because if we go too quickly, then the body's just going to tense up. So we want to calm the sympathetic nervous system down and tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. And I don't want you to stretch too hard or go too tensely. Start nice and slow and controlled, and lower, lower, lower. Nice. All right, shake that out. Shakes feel super good. Let's do a little march in place. Get the blood flowing. That will help get the nutrients into the spine. So this time, we're gonna feet a little bit closer, hands together in a prayer position, and your arms aren't completely straight, they're a little bit bent, and you're just gonna open with a side step and then clap to center. Side step, clap. Side and clap. A little tiny bend in the knees. Good. Let's get into the rhythm. And if you aren't in cadence with me, that's okay. I can't see you. Good. So you really want to move for a minimum of 10 minutes at a time when you have back pain, and especially with arms overhead. So we're going to be doing a lot of the arms overhead, which will help straighten and stretch everything out. Just easily walk in place. And then standing up tall with good posture also helps ease that back pain. And pretend that you have like either a really nice necklace that has diamonds and you're showing it off, like, oh, look at my necklace. Or maybe you're a guy and you have some really cool design on your shirt. But that's how you want to stand. Shoulders back and down. Don't need to arch. And just it's called the proud position. All right, so now we're going to do what's called, I call a happy dance. So feet a little bit wider, and you're just going to have your arms about and goalpost position and add a little hip rock. Now your hips might be a little bit stiff and maybe they can't move as much as me, but that's okay. Just keep trying, and even if the move is imperceptible to you, that's okay. It's still moving, and you might realize, ooh, now I got it. Get a little bit more movement, and let's add the arms. So we're going to go up and down. So pretend that you are at a club and it's nighttime and the strobe lights are flashing and everyone's having a good time and you're like, yeah. So I call this my happy dance, and I'm lifting one heel and lowering it and shaking my hips, getting a good sweat in. Yeah, very good. And 3, 2, and 1, and just a gentle walk in place. So this next one I call a swing and a shirt off. So you're gonna swing the arms and like you're taking your shirt off. Nice big stretch. Swing the arms and shirt off. And swing and shirt off. Really stretch those fingies. Swing and a little bounce. Swing, shirt off. Stretch. Swing, swing, shirt off. Let's do 2 more. Swing, swing, shirt off. 1 more. Swing, swing, shirt off. And the next one I call no jumping jack. So I'm not jumping. And so it's basically a jack from side to side with a lateral shoulder raise. Works the shoulders and works the hips again. So the hips are part of the glutes. Sometimes we call them the side butt. And if we don't engage those muscles, go back to your gentle walk, that can also cause atrophy in the glutes, which can contribute to back pain. So we don't want any of that. Let's just do a little bent arm lateral raise, and then up and down. Good. Up and down. 1 more. Up and down. And then widen those feet. We're going to do butt kicks. So we'll just start with our hands on our hips and trying to reach the heel to the butt. And my foot is flexed. And I'm trying not to teeter-totter. This is teeter-tottering. That's just cheating. And then again, we want to work the arms overhead that will help stretch the body and stretch out the lats. And the lats are right here. The large back muscles can get very tight and cause back pain too, especially when you can't reach the arm up. And I really want everyone to really reach those arms up and over your head as high as you can every single day. Otherwise, those muscles get really tight and cause a lot of pain and a lot of problems. All right, 3, 2, and 1. And go back to that gentle march in place and working on that posture. And you can just roll the shoulders, the elbows out to the side and up and down, which will help with that posture correction. Good. So this next exercise, I call it a table wash with rainbows. So bend the knees a little bit, kind of like a horse stance. It doesn't have to be really deep. So a little bit of a squat, hands really stretched wide and flat, like you're cleaning a table and you're stretching your body over it, and then you're gonna go up and a rainbow. This is a wonderful stretch. We'll do 4 sets of these on one side, and then we'll switch to 4 on the other. Really stretch your arms in a circular motion above your head, and then table to rainbow. And you can use your eyes to follow your hands. One more, table to rainbow. All right, so now I'm going to do the circle on the other side. So it's to my left, and which is your right, and rainbow. And then I'm bending a little bit with my knees for the table, and I'm straightening my legs for the rainbow. Breathing, table to rainbow. That feels so amazing, table. And let's do one more to rainbow. Good. Whew. Good. All right, next up, feet together and shoulders, fingers on shoulders. You're gonna step to the side and reach and add a calf raise. Together, reach. Feet together and step, reach. Good. Speed it up just a little bit and reach. Add that smile. That sends a message to the brain that you're in a good mood, that you feel good. Everything is all right. You're going to be okay. Yeah. We can change our future. It's up to us, which is nice. And even if our circumstances are stuck for whatever reason, we can change our mindset. Good. We can go to that happy place. I call it utopia. It's a world I create when things just don't go quite like I want to. And reach and down. Good. All right. Next one. This one's my favorite, and I'm sure it is yours as well. And so I saved it for last. Because if we do this next stretch, when we're tense, it just doesn't seem to feel as good. And I noticed that when I put this hand over here, this shoulder tends to tense. So I'm just going to put my fingertips on my shoulders, and I'm going to just relax into this side stretch. Good. And then other side. And then what I'm going to do is do that again. But I'm going to put my hands down and then add a nice stretch to the side. Good. Other side. Breathe. And then wind the feet. Maybe just go a little bit further. Good. Other side. And let's do 4 stretches on each side. And stretch 1, 2, 3, and one more makes 4, and 4 on the other side, and 4. Breathe, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's end with some prances, nice and gentle, working on that posture all the time. So I hope your back pain feels like it's a thing of the past, and practicing these walking, stretching exercises, they don't have to be the exact ones, for at least 10 minutes every single day is really important. And making sure you're not leaning. All the time you're not crossing your legs or doing any of those other postures that I talked about previously. And another thing that also can affect back pain is what we're eating. So if we eat a lot of fat, that fat not only inhibits our blood flow and raises our cholesterol and blocks our heart, raises our blood pressure, and all hosts of other horrible things. It also blocks and inhibits the blood flow to the spine. So you want that blood flow to be fluid and flowing. So you want to eat as little fat, especially saturated fat, as possible. So I eat a zero cholesterol, low fat diet. And to find out exactly what I eat and get my most delicious recipes, check out my book, The High Five Diet. And just so you know, just add some swings here. So for today, so you know that the foods that you want to eliminate are dairy. Dairy is really high in saturated fat, so milk, cheese, anything that's dairy, especially the full fat dairy, you want to avoid. It causes inflammation and high cholesterol and really damages the gut. So if you're going to do one thing, I tell people avoid dairy. So let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Almond milk, 1 teaspoon of